If you enjoyed the channel and our video content and would like to support us, you can do this in a couple of ways. You can sign up to our Patreon site, which is a monthly subscription to one of our 4 tiers, each giving you something different from early access interviews up to exclusive unseen footage. There's also the option of a one-off donation via PayPal, which allows you the option to donate an amount of your choice. Both options really help to keep this channel going and to continue putting out regular content for you good folk. So please take a look at aircrewinterview.tv/donate, and I thank you in advance. Thank you and enjoy.
And when you were on board, would you work closely with the Hornet guys, and was there a big rivalry there as well?
There was a bit of disdain for them as well because, like I mentioned, landing the Tomcat was hard. And the Hornets, I was also a landing signal officer, so I'm going out there on the platform and grading their landings. And it's like they're not even trying. They're just on, 3-wire. It's like, what? They're cheating. They're cheating somehow. You know, that's not right. And of course, the Tomcat's coming down, and it's high, it's low, it's going this, it's going that way. And oh, it boltered. Okay, there you go. And so there was some disdain over that. Also, the fact that they hardly had any gas. They were always tanking. They're low on gas. Oh, I'm bingo. Okay, I need to be first one down at night because I'm low on gas. So we would make fun of them for that. But there's a little bit of envy as well because the airplane, the radar. The Tomcat radar was phenomenal at a distance, huge power out, but inside about 30 to 20 miles, it just wasn't that good. Meanwhile, the Hornet radar at the time couldn't see much past 35, 40 miles, but inside of 20 miles, it was amazing. It was really, really good. So a little bit of envy there. Just for contrast, on the second cruise, we did an exercise off the coast of Guam, and they had B-52s come in to simulate an attack on the carrier. And I was out there on the exercise. We're out about 100 miles from the carrier. We got the radar on, and all of a sudden my Rio says, hey, radar contact 193 for 150 miles. Because the radar cross-section of the B-52 is so big, you know, we could see them just phenomenally, and we're like, oh, this is going to be super nice. So we go in, he's painting them, calling them down, locking them up, doing all sorts of things. B-52 gets into about 50 miles. Everything's looking great. 40 miles. We're about ready to take a shot, simulated practice shot, and the Rio locks him up. And then all of a sudden, the B-52 turns on their ECM gear and says, you know, I don't think I like your radar locking on me. And our radar dish just started going boom, 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 wow. Boom. It was just getting knocked all over the place. We're like, turn it off. Don't break the airplane. And so we just had to sort of continue on until we picked him up visually and did a couple Fox 2s there. But wow, that was an interesting exercise.
Yeah. And did you ever work with like other nations? And did you ever get to fly like DACT against some, you know, unusual types?
Absolutely. So my second Tomcat squadron was VF-41, the Black Aces, and we did a couple really interesting things with them. VF-111, we did the standard. We flew against some F-16s out of Korea on our second cruise. But with VF-41, we did some interesting stuff. We did a maple flag exercise up in Canada. And that was just amazing international. I mean, there was Jaguars, there was some German MiG-29s that were on the ramp. You'd go out there and just never knew who you were going to play with. We did an exercise with the RAF up off the coast of Scotland. I thought, man, Scotland during the summer, this is going to be phenomenal. The sun's going to be up really late. Everything's going to be a day landing. And then, of course, nobody really mentioned your weather. And so we got up there, the sun was up, it was beautiful, but there was a 600-foot overcast, and so it's still pitch black underneath, so it's still a night landing. And then we also did a detachment. This was a lot of fun. This is in our 2001 cruise in VF-41. We did a detachment to Nevatim Air Base in Israel, and we spent 2 weeks training with the IAF. And we'd take off out of Nevatim, northerly heading, turn west before you hit the nuclear reactor, go out over the Mediterranean, and they would set up a presentation, their F-16s or F-15s, We'd engage, flow through, turn around, reset, come back eastbound, flow through, do another presentation, another engagement, turn south. We had to stay above 16,000 feet going over the Gaza Strip because they were worried about surface-to-air missiles and some AAA coming up at us. And then we'd head to a bombing range down south towards Eilat. And what's interesting down there is you got to sort of keep Israel narrows, gets very narrow down south as you get close to the Red Sea. And so at the bombing range, you would roll in and drop, but you got to keep sort of a constant 2 to 3 Gs on, because if you spill out to you'll spill out to the east to Egypt, you'll spill out over to Jordan, over to Saudi. It's just it was just really tight airspace down there, but just a fun detachment there. Amazing pilots there in the IAF, just incredibly talented, very well practiced. We actually had a MiG killer night while we were on the detachment there, and the IAF came in and brought in some of their folks who had air-to-air kills during 70 Yom Kippur, also Peace for Galilee in 1982. And they were talking about some of the engagements they had. We talked to them about our experience in Kosovo when we did Operation Allied Force. Of course, no real air-to-air engagement there, but a lot of air-to-ground stuff that they could relate to. So that was really fascinating.
And just going back a bit here, Beaker, you mentioned that you work with the RAF off of Scotland. Can you remember what aircraft you were going up against or working with?
I believe we were working with tornadoes. We did some exercises with tornadoes. And again, I think one of our most memorable missions was actually getting all the coordinates for the whiskey distilleries. And so we did a photo reconnaissance mission of all the whiskey distilleries in Scotland. And that was really kind of exciting. We mailed in some of the photos we took, but we didn't get any free bottles back. So shout out to Scotland. You still owe us something there.
Yeah, exactly. I'll get on that for you.